Hello everyone. After the topic the conductance of electrolytic solution, we are on the next topic, that is molar conductance. And the molar conductance is represented by cap M. Okay, it is a symbol of molar conductance, in which as what we draw is a cap, and for molar we write here M, right? Now, what is molar conductance? Now, it is a conductance of 1 mole electrolytic solution. Okay, so the electrolytic solution in which 1 mole of solute is present, its conductance is known as the molar conductance. So, the condition is what? The condition is that the moles of solute should be what? It should be 1 mole only. Now see here, suppose we have a beaker in which we have the solution molarity as M, and the electrolytic solution, it is strong electrolyte, that is NaCl, and the quantity which we are taking, that is 1 mole. Okay, now here we have to find out the volume of the solution. If then see, we know that molarity is equal to the moles of solute by volume of the solution. Okay, now volume of the solution we are taking in liters. Now if we take the volume here, then then the volume in liters will equal to the, that is moles of solute by M, and moles of solute here we are taking 1, so we write it here 1 by M. Now what will be the unit of this? The unit of this will be liter mole inverse. Okay, if the solution is in milliliters, then what will we do? In place of the liter we will write 1000. So volume in milliliter will equal to the 1000 by M, and now its unit will be what? Its unit will be milliliter mole inverse. Okay, now we know that conductance of the 1 ml of electrolytic solution is simply equal to the kappa, that is K. So conductance of 1000 ml of solution will be, if 1 ml solution conductance of 1 ml solution is equal to the K, then the conductance of 1000 ml solution will be what? We will multiply it by K. So molar conductance will equal to kappa into 1000 by M. Okay, so it is a formula which we have derived for the molar conductance. Now what is equivalent conductance? The both the formula derivation is same, only the difference is that in the molar conductance we use the term molarity M, but in case of equivalent conductance we take the term normality, that is capital N, in place of the molarity. Okay, now it is the conductance of 1 equivalent electrolytic solution. Here it was 1 mole. In molar conductance it was 1 mole electrolytic solution, but now it is 1 equivalent electrolytic solution. Okay, and what is 1 equivalent? The 1 equivalent is equal to the moles into N factor. Okay, and what is N factor? N factor is nothing. In case of the chemical compound, the coefficient are known as their N factor. For example, if HCl, suppose if HCl dissociate H as H plus sign plus Cl minus sign, then the N factor of H plus will be what? 1, because only 1 ion of this hydrogen is present here, that is why. Okay, so now we have a beaker in which we have the solution of normality N, and the equivalent electrolyte is of NaCl. Now the formula will be normality is equal to equivalent of the solute by volume in liter. Okay, now volume in liter we will take this side, then it will become 1 upon normality, and it is in liter, so the its unit will be what? Liter equivalent inverse. But if we will take the solution in milliliters, then what will happen? Here V equal to 1000 by n, and now its unit will be what? Milliliter equivalent inverse. Okay, see here. Now if the conductance of 1 ml solution is K, then for 1000 it will be what? The formula will be same, that is molar equivalent conductance will be K into 1000 by n. So the formula will be same, only there is a difference of normality and the molarity. Okay, I hope you understand this. Now see the topic, that is effect of dilution on the conductance. Now conductance is what? It is flow of ions. And what is dilution? Dilution means if we are adding water in any concentrated solution, it means what? We are diluting it, so it is called dilution, right? Now as we dilute the solution, it create easiness for the ions to flow in the solution. Okay, so according to this, as the flow of ions increases, the conductance also increases, but the concentration of the solution decreases, because as much as we add water in a solution, it becomes diluted, and minimum amount of water containing solution are called concentrated. But if we are diluting the solution, it means what? Its concentration decreases and ions flow, ease of ion flow increases. Okay, now what will be the effect of adding electrolytic solute in our solution? So if we add a electrolytic solute means it is going to dissociate into ions. So as ions increases in the solution, it means what? The conductance of the solution will also increases, because the conductance is only caused by the ions. So if ions are increasing, then what? It means conductance of the solution is also increasing. Okay, so it is done and it is also done. Now next, electrolytes are of two types. First is the strong electrolytes, which dissociate completely in the solution. They are called strong electrolytes, like HCl, NaCl, etc. And the electrolyte which are not completely dissociate in the solution, or some of the ions are formed by the electrolyte, they are called the weak electrolyte, like acetic acid. Okay, so first we understand the degree of dissociation in case of the strong electrolyte. So strong electrolyte, because they dissociate 100%. Okay, so degree of dissociation will be what? Suppose there are 100 molecules of the electrolyte present in the solution, and out of 100 all the molecules dissociate. So number of molecules present, we will write it as in denominator, and the molecules which dissociated in the solution we will write in as a numerator. So the degree of dissociation in case of the strong electrolyte, what comes? It comes 1, right? Now case 2. Here in case of weak electrolyte, as we know, all the molecules do not dissociate in the solution, only some of them dissociate. So then suppose if we have a solution AB, then it is a weak electrolyte, and if it dissociates as A plus and B minus ion, and suppose if there are 100 total number of molecules, then only 10 dissociate. Okay, now what will happen? We are taking the example of acetic acid here. Okay, now degree of dissociation, if we calculate, it is alpha equal to total number of molecules, and what is, we will write in numerator number of molecules which has been dissociated in the solution. Then what will come? It will come 0.1, which is less than 1. Okay, now, or how much percentage is dissociated? 10% only, right? Now here is a Ostwald law in case of the weak electrolyte. So what this law says, we will understand this. We know this, as we dilute the solution, concentration decreases and degree of dissociation increases. Okay, now we will see the case of electrolyte. At time t or initial stage, there will be no dissociation, so concentration C is present of this electrolyte in the solution. Now here is 0 and it is also 0 because ion yet not formed in the solution. Now after time t, it is at equilibrium state. What will happen? Only alpha molecule will dissociate. So C minus C alpha will be deducted from the total concentration. And how much amount of the ions will form? It here C alpha of CS3COH minus and C alpha of H plus ion. Okay. Now equilibrium constant will be what? Concentration of product by concentration of reactant. So we will write it here, C alpha, C alpha. It is two products are formed here. So and it is C minus C alpha. So we can also write it by taking C in common. So it will be C1 minus alpha. Then C is cancelled by C. So it will become C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha. Okay. Now if K is the value of K is or conductance is very low in the solution, then what will happen? The value of 1 minus alpha will be near to 1, and if the value is near to 1, then what will happen? This kappa is directly proportional to or will equal to the what? C alpha square. So what we will do now? We will take alpha to this side. So we are taking alpha this side. Alpha will equal to K minus C, that is kappa upon concentration, and we will have root now because we are removing the square from here. So what is this? Now K is alpha is inversely proportional to the concentration. Okay, so at concentration decreases, the value of alpha also decreases, right? So it is what? Concentration decreases, dilution of the solution increases, and the value of alpha, what? It is decreases. Now we will just derive the units of molar conductance and the molar equivalent. Okay, so what is the formula of molar conductance? The formula of molar conductance, we used what? Molarity, and this we used normality. So what was the formula? That is molar conductance will equal to kappa into 1000 upon m. But in case of equivalent conductance, what we have? We have n here in place of m. So we can also write it like K into 1000 upon m. So what is the unit of K? We have already discussed in an earlier video. The unit of K is Simon centimeter inverse. So it is a unit of kappa. Then what is the unit of this? The unit of this is the milliliter mole inverse. Okay. Now we know that 1 ml is equal to the 1 cc, and 1 cc is equal to the 1 centimeter cube. So now we are replacing the 1 ml by centimeter cube. So molar conductance will be Simon centimeter inverse and centimeter cube. Then this centimeter is deducted from here because it is minus and plus and mole inverse. So molar conductance will be what? Simon centimeter square mole inverse. Okay, so this is the unit of what? Molar conductance. Now molar equivalent. We will do the same, only we are writing here the normality in place of molarity. So that is same, Simon centimeter inverse, ml equivalent inverse. We are writing centimeter cube in place of ml. So what it will become? The unit of molar equivalent will come Simon centimeter square equivalent inverse. Okay. Now conductance of 1 ml electrolytic solution is known as conductivity of electrolytic solution. Okay, that is kappa. Conductance of 1 ml of electrolytic solution is known as kappa. Conductance of 1 mole of electrolytic solution is known as molar conductance, and conductance of 1 equivalent of electrolytic solution is known as molar equivalent. Okay, so there is a very small difference between these three. Okay, so again you will go through the video and understand the things. Now effect of dilution on, that is kappa, molar conductance and molar equivalent. Okay, we will see the effect of dilution on these three units. So first we will understand the effect of dilution on kappa. So what is this? We have a beaker in which earlier we are having only 1 ml of solution. Okay, in 1 ml of solution we are having an electrolyte which dissociated as A plus and B minus. So in 1 ml of solution there is electrolyte present are A plus and B minus, so total 2 ions are present. Okay, so if the solution is diluted by 1 ml, so we added 1 ml more solution in this, then what will happen? Because the value of K is directly proportional to the number of ions. Okay, the value of K or kappa is directly proportional to number of ions. Okay, so earlier in 1 ml of solution 2 ions were present, so value of K was 2 earlier. But if dilute the solution and the volume of the solution is become 2 milliliter now, then what will happen? In 1 milliliter only 1 ion will be found, and now the 2 ions were present in the 1 ml solution. Now 2 ions are present in 2 ml solution, then what will happen? The K will be 2 by 2 ions in 2 ml of solution, so the value of kappa will be 1. Then what happened? As we diluted the solution, the value of K decreased. Okay, so as we diluted the solution, then the value of K decreases, and before dilution the value of K was greater than now. Okay, so what we learned here? We learned that as we dilute the solution, the value of K decreases. Okay, now so if molar conductance is equal to K and V mole, so we know earlier that as the volume increases or dilution increases, value of kappa decreases. But experimentally it is found that in the amount, as the volume increases of the solution, the value of kappa decreases slowly. So we consider the volume only, we do not consider the value of kappa here. So according to this, what happened? The molar conductance increases on diluting the solution, because we are not now considering it. Why we are not considering it? Because experimentally it is proved that as the ratio in which volume increases, at that ratio the value of kappa does not decreases. That is why. So we will directly relate it with the volume. So molar conductance increases with the dilution, and molar equivalent also increases with the dilution. And now we will see that degree of dissociation of weak electrolyte increases, conductance increases as we dilute the solution. Okay, these are the easy topics which you can easily revise yourself, and you will definitely get the topics. Okay, and if you are having any problem, then you can ask me anytime. Thank you.